is going, so we should be seeing the match start shortly. All right, the race is on. And it looks like just a couple of things to note. A CoEmpathy's timer is currently matching by in-game time, meaning that her timer will only be playing for load. So her time is going to be a little bit off. That's not a mistake. That's how we primarily time runs now on the leaderboard. So some runners have just chosen that to be their only timer. But you may have to look at ethmar's timer if you want to get a better sense of the RTA of this run, the kind of how the race will be timed. So both runners off to a good start. CoEmpathy actually going to take a bit of an early lead, though it's a little hard to tell because her stream started just a little bit sooner than ethmar. That's a bit of a reality with stream delay. CoEmpathy is going to get CE skip, actually. ethmar is not. Okay, so if you don't know what CE skip is, it is a skip where we take a high amount of speed off of the ramp at a certain point. If you hit the point on the wall correctly, you can get launched off these pads 30 seconds into the level or later into the level. CoEmpathy going to get the 30-second time save over ethmar. Not having the greatest rail section, but still overall going to save a ton of time over ethmar in this race. And what a great start for CoEmpathy as she at ethmar. ethmar having a pretty decent city escape, a little wobbly here and there, probably just getting, I know he's been warming up, but maybe just getting a little wobbly here and there. He'll be all right, though. CoEmpathy having a good truck section. It looks like she's going to get a 133. Very, very respectable with a lot of help from City Escape Skip. Actually looks like her timer is fixed now, so that is a good sign. So now we have a better idea. It looks like RTA-wise, she has about a 4-second start on ethmar in terms of the timers. But still, ethmar going to be about 30 seconds behind, probably more in the 25-second range, given that CoEmpathy didn't have the greatest truck section. So ethmar's movement going to close the gap just a little bit as CoEmpathy going to move on to Bigfoot. The basic strategy of this fight is get onto the box, and then you can hit Bigfoot, his hitbox, and push him backwards and beat this fight really quickly. Looks like timers are synced now. We now have a really good idea of where these runners are stacking up. 25 seconds separate ethmar and CoEmpathy. CoEmpathy would be, I would consider the underdog in this matchup, so we'll see how she does against ethmar. ethmar is going to do his own Bigfoot. CoEmpathy is going to move into Wild Canyon, an RNG-based stage using hit monitors to find pieces near the 6 pillars. A pretty common first piece, pretty decent too. Can be in multiple parts, so good checking. They're actually going to get a bottom piece. CoEmpathy is going to get a really nice second piece. Most runners, I think, would go up top for a hit monitor. Hey, CoEmpathy is going to get some really nice RNG. We'll see how ethmar does now. You can check for free pieces, and that is possible because the radar doesn't show up, but you can still look for certain pieces. ethmar going to get an okay first piece. Unfortunately, so Bird Box can be in 2 locations for a piece 2. One location you can see for free. ethmar got the location that's not free to see. He's going to go back up top to look for his third piece. And ethmar not getting the best RNG early on. Looks like he actually is just going to know his piece based on radar knowledge. Might not even seen the piece rotating around the head because he didn't grab the hint. So good radar knowledge from ethmar. But definitely going to have a bit of a gap now between CE skip and some RNG that didn't go his way as CoEmpathy finishes up Eggman 1. Really not a hard boss fight to explain. You just kind of shoot forward. Eggman walks forward. You keep shooting him and you win. It's a pretty easy fight to learn. And now moving on to Prison Lane. CoEmpathy is going to have to work hard to make sure that her turns are good. If you turn Tails too sharply on the ground, he loses all of his momentum. So we do jumps to help capitalize on movement. The rest of the fight will mostly be locking, the stage, I should say, will be about locking onto enemies quickly enough to open these gates. CoEmpathy is going to go for a strat where she's going to jump onto this gate, and that's going to save a couple of seconds versus going up the elevator there. as ethmar, we'll see how he does. Ethmar's got some pretty good tails movement overall. We'll see if he can gain some time on CoEmpathy, as CoEmpathy has about 30-second head start over, not head start, 30-second lead over ethmar. CoEmpathy gonna get a 54 check. That's all right. Certainly can be a little bit faster, but overall really, really good. You know, these racers are playing in a pretty high pressure environment. It's win and go. If you win, you go on. If you lose, you go home. Best of 3. Although starting with that first win always feels good. And so we'll see. ethmar is doing some whistling. Excuse me, got a piece of food caught in my throat. Apologies about that. So ethmar is going to get a 51, so about 3-second time save over CoEmpathy. CoEmpathy is going to go for the last gate hop. And is going to get it. A good job by CoEmpathy getting that. Now ethmar going to be finishing up prison lane soon himself. 142 prison lane, not too bad. ethmar might be able to save a few seconds here if he can execute the rest of the stage well. Kind of a neat thing we can do with Tails is your laser for your cannon, it can go through walls, so you can lock onto things through walls, which helps us to do a few things faster. It's mostly helpful in prison lane, but is also useful in a few other instances in other Tails stages. CoEmpathy, gonna be a Metal Harbor. This could be a tricky Sonic stage. If you fall in the water, it's a death. Could be a lot of time loss. Gotta have some good jumps too to go fast, but if you mess them up, you could fall into the water, so it's definitely a risk trade-off. CoEmpathy, I mean, some pretty decent movement so far. Good spin dash jump across the gap there. Gonna get the light shoes. That'll help Sonic go across lines of ring, as you just witnessed on CoEmpathy's screen. So ethmar gonna be starting his own Metal Harbor. CoEmpathy coming up on a potential skip called Loop Skip. It saves a couple of seconds if she chooses to go for it. Is gonna opt not to. I don't blame her. It's a pretty tough strat. ethmar's gonna get just barely sub 20 light shoe. Really good job from him. Having a pretty decent Metal Harbor so far. CoEmpathy and ethmar will be used. Oh, ethmar's gonna take a death. That's actually gonna give CoEmpathy even more time. And now a 30-second time lead is now gonna be about 45 seconds for CoEmpathy. Thankfully, the ethmar hit a checkpoint, so not that bad of a time loss. And he's actually gonna miss Poly Skip. So a further time loss for ethmar. He's really gonna be behind. He's going to have to play really well to catch up. He's gonna need some RNG to go his way, have some good execution, and maybe hope CoEmpathy messes up. Now ethmar gonna go for it again, and he is gonna hit it this time, but not before accumulating some time loss. CoEmpathy is gonna finish with a solid 132. One mechanic that these runners use in Metal Harbor is called storage. It's a thing we can do by abusing the fact that the spin dash and the somersault are on the same button, the X or B button. And what you can do is if you kind of half hold it, you can get the somersault properties without actually doing a somersault, so it's a lot faster. You can get under things really quickly, and you'll watch CoEmpathy go for that in Shadow 1. You can storage into Shadow's hitbox, hit him early. So far, ethmar finishing Metal Harbor with a 123, but without a couple of deaths. CoEmpathy gained a pretty solid lead with a good city escape skip. Some RNG that was definitely kinder to CoEmpathy compared to ethmar. Good for a storage hit, by the way, for Shadow. Ooh, gonna hit a ring dash. That's one of the issues with the light dashes. If you are by a ring, you might unintentionally ring dash, which is unfortunate. But ethmar has an opportunity to catch up now. Gonna get a 23, Shadow 1. Certainly could be some time save there, and we'll see how ethmar does on his own Shadow 1 fight.
There's no time to play games. You won't even get the chance. I'm the coolest.
ethmar gonna get first storage hit. Gets a high jump, but is gonna recover. Gets a nice second hit. Oop, Shadow behaving kind of awkwardly, but he is gonna do it at 15. Shadow 1. Neither Shadow 1s were super optimal, but both runners did the best they could. CoEmpathy His goal going to be, I would assume, about, boy, it might even just be 25 seconds ahead now. We'll have to see based on their timer.
Hurry and get back here right now before the island blows up with you on it.
Blows up?
ethmar gonna have to overcome. I don't believe CoEmpathy goes for Green Forest Wall Run, which does save about 15 seconds. If ethmar can successfully do Wall Run, he might be able to catch up. Looks like CoEmpathy has about a 32-second lead, it appears. It's CoEmpathy gonna have a pretty solid first half of the Green Forest. ethmar did go for Wall Run in practice. I don't believe CoEmpathy does go for it, but I could be wrong. Looks like she's going to opt not to. So, oh, an awkward storage there. But a good recovery. Sometimes you can fall down further, so a good recovery by CoEmpathy. And, you know, that's the big thing with this race, and especially with this game, is a lot of weird things can happen. It's a matter of can you adjust. Ooh, ethmar's going to get the mini wall run. Really nice from him. CoEmpathy going to attempt bungee jump. You can jump over this early, and you can miss a decent chunk of the level. It's going to save a little bit of time. Let's see if ethmar can get wall run. Going to grab the checkpoint. Going to get on the wall loop. Can he get behind the loop? Yes, he does. He's on the tree. He took the loop's properties with him. Now he's running off the tree. Can he get the moonshot? It's going to be up in the air, and he's going to nail it. ethmar, in a 15-second time save, is going to cut the lead between him and CoEmpathy by just a bit, as CoEmpathy finishes with a very respectable 141. CE skips, a couple of deaths of ethmar on Metal Harbor, and a little bit of RNG is all that separates these two runners. This race is far from over. CoEmpathy going for the upset on ethmar. We'll see if ethmar's veteran prowess can come back against his opponents. Pumpkin Hill, we'll see if CoEmpathy can lengthen the gap or if it's going to be really rough. Pumpkin Hill comprised of 3 mountains. Pumpkin Ghost Train and Church. Usually get a piece on one. It looks like she's going to get Tomb Skull, or I couldn't see. Is that, yeah, the Tombstone guarded by 4 skulls. That radar, where it dings green like that, can only be the one piece. So that's pretty good to know. These runners try to go for a great second piece. CoEmpathy gains a really good RNG. ethmar just did a little skip there where he skipped the upgrade text by grabbing a hit monitor, and CoEmpathy is going to get some really good RNG. ethmar gained some good RNG of his own. And CoEmpathy going to finish with a 36. ethmar getting King of the Hill is going to now. They're going to actually get about the same time, so both runners getting pretty decent RNG on Pumpkin Hill. That was really, really good. CoEmpathy still going to hold a bit of a lead. We should be doing good. CoEmpathy now trotting along in Mission Street. There is an upgrade in Mission Street called the Booster that's going to let these runners hover, but it's also going to allow us to abuse a boost jump, which essentially means we can get extra height from using the Booster if you jump, press your first A input and your second A input closely together. We can guarantee some really good height if we pause buffer the frame. So CoEmpathy is going to do that and successfully get out of that weight. We're not supposed to be able to do that. By getting out of this weight, she now has an opportunity to go for 0 cycle. The fastest cycle in Mission Street. See ethmar. Gonna grab the upgrade himself. Is gonna get a really quick pause jump there. I was kind of afraid he was gonna miss it, but no worries. ethmar, he knows what he's doing. He's doing his best to try and catch up. Looks like it's about, I'd say 20 seconds or so separating these two runners. ethmar gaining some time due to Green Forest Wall Run. About 16 or so seconds separate these two runners in this match 1. Game 1, best of 3. CoEmpathy, ethmar. Winner moves on to top 8. And we'll see. I think CoEmpathy has a really good shot of getting 0 cycle. Oh, but actually is going to miss the pause jump. They're going to have to go up the long way. And this is actually going to give ethmar all the space he needs to catch up, I would imagine. It's a really slow walk. getting hit by the thing, and now ethmar has taken the lead over CoEmpathy. Really, really rough there. Is ethmar gonna get out of that? Oh, he misses and he dies! But ethmar, can he recover? He dies! He got the lead, but rushed the jump and ended up dying, giving CoEmpathy the run back. CoEmpathy gonna take the lead. Both runners having some difficulties in Mission Street so far, but it's not over. There's plenty of RNG, there's plenty of strats that ethmar goes over. ethmar does have some advanced strats he does that are a lot faster than CoEmpathy, I don't believe does. I could be wrong. But given, I think ethmar is about 45, 50 seconds behind now. Gonna lick his wounds though. I have to keep moving on. You gotta have good mentality. This is one of those parts. We'll see how ethmar can respond. If he can keep his game together, get some good RNG. Okay, he grabbed the checkpoint. He must have been a little low there. ethmar maybe getting into his own head a little bit. Another 10-second time loss. Definitely gonna need a lot of RNG help now. I think ethmar's past the worst of it, unless I just commentated cursed at him. CoEmpathy is going to be an aquatic mine. She gets some really good RNG, and ethmar does it. This might be really hard for ethmar to come back from, which would be an upset if CoEmpathy could somehow pull off the victory over ethmar. Going to get a decent first piece in the oven. That's a really nice piece. Gonna get, I think that's a ghost room second piece potentially. No, it's going to actually be left eye. CoEmpathy gonna go for the wall run. Actually gonna just opposite. You know what? Never mind. I'm just gonna do it this way. Pretty decent second piece. Usually second pieces in this main area, especially the top area, are really nice because it gives you some good access to other pieces later on. And it looks like Skullface the other way. Actually, CoEmpathy gained some really good RNG. Made just a few execution mistakes here and there. A 38 is certainly respectable though. And we'll see, can ethmar pull off some crazy good RNG? I think I just saw a free piece. ethmar's gonna go for it. I think he got a free piece. I can't really tell. Ooh, gonna get brick room underwater. Brutal, but it's okay. He got a free piece. CoEmpathy gonna move on to Route 101. And we'll see. This is going to be tough. ethmar going to get wooden box, and he's really not going to save any time. CoEmpathy coasting along. Doing really good in Route 101, doing all she needs to do, given to what's given her, and that's what you got to do. She's doing really well this run. ethmar is going to get a 40, and a significant amount of time separates these two runners right now. CoEmpathy, I believe, is going to go for Geek's Ring Route. A very... that's a lot faster. Actually, never mind. Not going to do that. Yeah, these runners may use different ring routes just to try and go as fast as they possibly can. We'll see if ethmar, about 55 seconds behind currently, gonna have to earn his pay grade to really catch up on this one. We'll see ethmar, a very, very talented runner though. He is top 10 on the leaderboards. He's got a good time. One mistake from CoEmpathy, one weird set of RNG splits, and this whole race could be turned around, but ethmar is going to have to play well on this one. If you're unsure of how this stage works, we swerve because there's a speed cap that will decelerate you if you're driving normally. If you swerve, you remove that deceleration cap, so you keep your speed when you go down hills and use ring boosts. It also helps to control tails better, in my opinion. ethmar, yeah, 37 first lap. Well done. Well done. Both racers playing really well on this stage. And we'll see, can ethmar catch up? Actually used his boost a little early. I hope he has enough rings for this. Barely does. You gotta be careful. Having this next ring boost is really important. Mainly because if you don't have that ring boost, you lose a lot of time. ethmar going for kind of a non-traditional route, as CoEmpathy is going to pull off a really solid Route 101. Looks like gonna get about maybe a high 217. See if ethmar can gain a little bit of time. 55 seconds behind. Separate these runners. Game 1. Round of 16 between ethmar, CoEmpathy. Best of 3. Winner moves on to top 8. And we'll see how these two racers will do. ethmar having a pretty solid Route 101. This looks like it could be 214 if he gets enough, does well enough on his ring boost. Not the worst car to hit because he was right by a slope here, as CoEmpathy is going to move on into hidden base. There's several strats you can do at the start. We'll see which one CoEmpathy goes for. There's kind of a safer skip that saves a couple seconds over normally. There's a little bit harder one that saves more time, and then there's a really tough one. Let's see which strat CoEmpathy is going to go for. Looks like it's going to be Axle Jump. Axle named after the fantastic SA2 runner Axle Thunder. Just pause jump over this, saves a couple of seconds, saves about 2 seconds over doing it normally. If you do GC skip, which is great, which is going through some corner, I think ethmar will probably do GC skip. That saves 4 seconds. And then there's a more advanced strat where if you get a really good boost jump onto a pole, you can jump through a wall. That would save 6 seconds over doing the stage normally. CoEmpathy zooming along quite well. I haven't been in hidden base. We'll see how ethmar will respond. About 50 seconds behind. CoEmpathy getting a pretty good first check time. A lot of tough boost jumps and tech to do here. There's a lot of small things you can do. ethmar's going for pole jump. Gets on top of it. Looks like he's going to do the fastest strat. And this would save 4 seconds over what CoEmpathy did at the start. He's going to be successful. Great job on ethmar. And he is on pace for a really good hidden base as of right now. We'll see how he does. CoEmpathy well into the level. Doing really well. Hasn't made any major mistakes. Maybe a few optimizations here and there. But overall, CoEmpathy is doing all she needs to do. Keeping a really strong run going against ethmar. CoEmpathy definitely the underdog, but playing really, really well, keeping ethmar honest. You know, I would say CoEmpathy, to me, when I've watched CoEmpathy in this tournament, I find she's been the one that's improved, is one of the most improved runners in this tournament, and certainly showing just how good she's become at this game. Getting a 152, pretty respectable. Sure, she hopes she could get sub 150, but honestly, with going for axle jump, that's a pretty good time. ethmar gets a 109 check. Actually has an opportunity to save a ton of time over CoEmpathy in this stage. We'll see how he does. Playing some pause jumps, kind of risky. He's going to play well now. He's doing good. CoEmpathy going to start Pyramid Cave. A very technical Sonic stage. Lots of small movement tech and jumps will be really key for this stage, as well as getting the bounce bracelet, which is really going to break the game. And a 142, saving 10 seconds over CoEmpathy, cutting the lead to what I would imagine is about 40 seconds, with an absolutely monster of a hidden base coming out from ethmar, doing all that he can to try and catch up. Still a substantial, needs a substantial amount of help to come back in this race, but this one's far from over. CoEmpathy getting the bounce bracelet 33 seconds in, a pretty solid Pyramid Cave so far. Gonna go for first door jump. We'll see if ethmar's expertise can get him some time save. And now CoEmpathy gonna go for the second door skip. If you line up appropriately, you can get through this gap. See if she can get it second try. Nope, needs a third try. And now every second she misses it. ethmar's getting a little bit closer. Kind of close to the bounce bracelet himself. CoEmpathy having some issues with second door skip. Finally gets it, but more space to catch up now. What I would imagine is about 30 seconds now. ethmar can't be more than 30 seconds behind. Might even be 20 to 25 seconds. Gonna do a nice little strat there. Good job, ethmar. I think CoEmpathy will be going for snake skip. How will ethmar do on second door? Gonna miss it his first try himself. This would be really an opportunity. Gonna get a second try. CoEmpathy's gonna successfully get snake skip. Gonna save 4 seconds there. Really good snake skip by CoEmpathy. See how ethmar's hallway movement is. And these racers, it's close. With Death Chamber coming up, anything can happen. We'll see how ethmar does on his own snake skip. CoEmpathy kind of... Oh, ethmar's gonna have to be careful. Gonna reset though, and he's gonna be fine. And CoEmpathy is going to get 2-minute Pyramid Cave. Certainly all right, I'm sure. Just wish that would have been a little bit faster. And ethmar is on a really good pace. I imagine he could get a 136. Ooh, ethmar, gotta be careful, but he has a good recovery. That's what matters. Can he recover? You're not gonna play perfectly all the time. And so, ooh, okay, ethmar is just gonna take the safe way out, and he's gonna end up with a 145. Looks like a commentator jinxed him. As CoEmpathy moving on to Death Chamber. This RNG split is going to be huge. White dot indicates blue. Going to be in the blue room. When you get a first piece in the blue room, that's pretty ideal because you can then go for death strats. Death strats. There's about a 70% chance if you get a first piece in the blue room and you get a second piece in the red room. So if you die, you have a chance of spawning one. We'll see if CoEmpathy is going to get some good luck. ethmar really is going to need a good death chamber to come back from this one. Embarrassing place. Not a bad first piece. Can lead to some good combinations, some bad combinations. So maybe not ideal, but certainly not bad either. Let's see how CoEmpathy does. Not going to get a reset piece right away. Going to check. Not going to go for that second piece. Really wants a piece in the red room. Not going to get it. Bugs don't like it. Not a good piece either. And now ethmar, he's going to get a red room piece too. And now these runners are really close together. CoEmpathy is going to get for Bugs Baby. She's going to get her second piece. ethmar going to be right there. These runners are neck and neck. It's flowing between the flames. Two Eggmans facing each other. ethmar getting a bit better RNG, and it looks like if ethmar plays this well, he might actually be taking the lead. Death Chamber being a huge difference. ethmar's desert stages have been absolutely amazing, and with his execution, he is going to take the lead over CoEmpathy. Oh my gosh, ethmar having a great Death Chamber, good execution. CoEmpathy going to be about 10 seconds behind ethmar now.
Yeah, this is perfect.
ethmar had a fantastic desert section, a 142 hidden bases, amazing, good RNG and execution and Death Chamber,
Huh? Who's there?
and a Pyramid Cave that went all right, good enough. CoEmpathy kind of had a little bit of struggle there at Pyramid Cave and Death Chamber. That's been the difference. It's allowed ethmar to catch back up, but these runners, there's still 10 seconds. ethmar has been prone to deaths before. Will he die again, or will he be able to save this? So he's gonna go for Fireball Skip. Missed the strat, so he's just gonna ignore that. And actually, that 2 seconds is, I mean, these runners are like within 3 seconds, 2 seconds of each other. This race is far from over. ethmar may have the lead, but CoEmpathy sticking around, not letting ethmar get this run away. CoEmpathy really needs this win. Going to be really hard to get to have to win 2 games in a row against ethmar, but getting that one win might be the confidence that she needs. ethmar going to finish up. CoEmpathy going to be not much farther behind as these 2 racers get into a really challenging point of the run. Egg Golem, you have to do super bounces off this very tiny little ledge. ethmar going to miss his first bounce, added the bounce, going to get the second time. CoEmpathy going to miss the first one. See how ethmar does. Going to get the second one. CoEmpathy does get her first bounce. ethmar gonna miss his third one. Gonna get a little lucky bouncing off Egg Golem. CoEmpathy got the height for the second one. Oh, but fell off. Egg Golem's geometry is really obnoxious. ethmar going to get... He's gonna finish off Egg Golem, and we'll see if CoEmpathy... Oh, Egg Golem is a bully. Moved away right as CoEmpathy's trying to get on. That's unfortunate. Now CoEmpathy is really struggling with Egg Golem. She's going to have to hurry this up. ethmar is going to get farther away second by second. Actually, Egg Golem helping her out a little bit. And, yeah, Egg Golem is just being a jerk. Just being a super terrible jerk. Yeah, super bounce is not going well, and CoEmpathy losing a lot of time on Egg Golem. ethmar's boss consistency has really helped him in this race. Had a fantastic desert section, both stage and boss-wise. And we'll see how he does on Eternal Engine. Can he put the nail in the coffin? Can he successfully take back the race that he was behind in for so long? Or will there be another lead change? Egg Golem continues to be a jerk. Actually, he's gonna die! Oh, CoEmpathy. Oh. That's tough. Didn't have a ring. Egg Golem's dumb. This is a hard boss. ethmar had a really good egg going, but this boss is not easy, especially going for super bounces. ethmar, okay. Almost died there. But doing all right. Actually on first cycle pace. This is a cycle-based stage. And if you can get to these platforms that he's about to approach quick enough, you can get onto them as they're coming up. Yeah, ethmar's going to get a really, really good first cycle. ethmar, you greedy son of a gun. Goes for the pause jump, should have waited, and is going to lose 8 seconds there. But I mean, he's got a pretty significant lead. Over a minute ahead. Gonna need a lot more. See if he can get the clip out. Yes, he will. He's gonna fly through space. Yeah, if you didn't know, you can clip out of that generator. And you can fly to the end of the stage, and it's really good. It saves about 40 seconds over doing the stage normally. CoEmpathy got a 20 for check. Will probably get second cycle, just based on this movement at this point, which is not bad. Second cycle is really good. First cycle requires a lot of precise movement to get, and so it's not unusual to be missing first cycle. He's going to try to fall into the goal ring. See how he does. Being nice and careful is going to hit it. All right, CoEmpathy going to be approaching this late cycle herself, going to be on second cycle pace. And chaos is being annoying. Now ethmar going to be on Meteor Herd. The last RNG split of the run. We'll see how his RNG is. CoEmpathy going. I think that's actually third cycle. That's still not a big issue. Just doing the best you can to stay alive. Gonna get a bottom first piece. Could be okay. Usually first piece, bottom pieces are not super great. Under a star. Now, ethmar has to go all the way to the top, but the good news is that that second piece puts him in a pretty good position to go anywhere else on the stage. And even though he has to go all the way up to the top, could still probably get a really good time off of this. Despite going from all the way from the bottom all the way to the top. CoEmpathy also clipped out of bounds, and yeah, bottom top bottom is not great. ethmar, like, it's weird. I would say that's average because he's gonna get a good time, but like bottom top bottom isn't super good. But he got a really good time. Good execution by ethmar. As CoEmpathy is gonna also successfully complete. Oh, she did get second cycle. My apologies. She did get second cycle on Eternal Engine. I misspoke there, and is going to finish out with a really reasonable 210. ethmar going to be taking on Rouge. You can lock Rouge into place through drill diving onto her. But in the meantime, how will CoEmpathy's RNG compare? Can the miracle play happen? Gonna get it all right first piece. Fast rotated meteorite, especially if you get a top piece second, could be really good. Maybe a free piece. Gonna need all the help you can get to catch back up to ethmar. ethmar gonna get the first hit. It looks like he's gonna not have any issue. Oh, I spoke too soon. Oh, never mind. Okay, he got it. I thought he missed it for a second, but he's fine. Ooh, steel drilling tower. That's pretty rough. You could actually check for this piece in a couple of different ways. You could get a second hit monitor because it could be in 2 locations. You also can tell where it is based on how the pause screen lines up with the hit monitor. But CoEmpathy not opting to do either. And yeah, CoEmpathy is going to not have really good RNG. So pretty rough there. ethmar, on the other hand, he's going to be going for Crazy Gadget Super Skip. He's going for a skip where he's got to jump through kill planes blindly and go out of bounds. At least I assume he's going to be doing that skip. Yes, he is. Let's see. ethmar going to get on the rail. Can he get out of bounds? He's going to jump through these invisible kill planes. Yes, he's going to make it out of bounds. Can he rotate properly? If he rotates himself well enough, if he positions himself correctly, he will hit the goal ring. He will save a significant amount of time. Looks like he's going to hit it in a 45. CGSS ethmar with the plays. A fantastic crazy gadget coming out from ethmar.
No problem.
Ethmar had a really rough first half, but my goodness, his second half has been absolutely incredible so far. Playing really, really well. And now we'll see CoEmpathy having some issues with Rouge. The issue is if it gets to 19 seconds. Okay, CoEmpathy did finish up the fight. The stage opens up. ethmar, on the other hand, is going to be on Eggman 2, going to do some cheat strats. And, ooh, a 14. Attaboy, ethmar, rocking it on that Eggman 2 fight. Really good job on that fight. Now, CoEmpathy will have to do Crazy Gadget. I believe she just does CGS, but maybe does CGSs if I don't know about it. ethmar, on the other hand, he's got to just do Final Rush and one more boss. And we'll see. Can ethmar finish this off? Will Final Rush give him some issues? He's actually gonna... Okay, he is not used to doing it this way. He usually gets the bounce. I think if he knows the timing, he'll be fine. But if he doesn't know, he might end up dying. We'll see. Oh, CoEmpathy does go for CGSS. Okay, well, he didn't die. So assuming his position is right, he might be okay. CoEmpathy continuing to go for CGSS and missing it. I think he's alright. His positioning is really weird to me. But he might be alright. Yeah, CoEmpathy hitting some kill planes. ethmar is way too far to the left. He had to move around like that in order to avoid the kill plane. There was a kill plane. CoEmpathy is going to be out of bounds. ethmar looks like he's going to successfully do Final Rush skip. See if CoEmpathy's got it. Oh, really high. It gets it. Nice job by CoEmpathy. Gonna get CGSS. Took a few tries. ethmar gonna finish Final Rush with a 123. And barring an absolute collapse on SA2B, it looks like ethmar might be able to take this one home. Had to overcome CE skip. Had a few deaths in Mission Street and Metal Harbor, but ethmar is back and rolling. As it looks like he will be able to take this game one. We'll see. Shadow 1 can be kind of annoying. ethmar needs to get the first hit. Yes, he does. Get second hit. And going to get the third hit. CoEmpathy on Eggman 2. Going to do a pretty good strat there. ethmar, one more hit. And time bounces for a 37.52. Congratulations to ethmar on finishing with a sub-38 RTA. CoEmpathy taking an unfortunate death on Eggman 2. And we'll see. Eggman 2 can be really annoying. The biggest thing is you don't want to punch Eggman. Because if you do, it doesn't do as much damage, and you usually trigger more cutscenes. But second try, always going to work there, so good job, good job. And now, CoEmpathy going to be entering Final Rush, the last stage of the run.
File select.
And we'll see. As I'm sure ethmar will practice a few things that he wasn't very comfortable with. See how CoEmpathy does in Final Rush.
You would like to go to?
CoEmpathy gonna have a couple of issues here at the start. And we'll see. CoEmpathy gonna go for... Ooh, gonna miss Final Rush skip. I got a feeling... I can't tell if CoEmpathy might be nervous or what the situation is. Was making some uncharacteristic mistakes. But give CoEmpathy your all. She could do it. She played well. She was ahead for a good chunk of this race. There we go. Now I'm going to get the bounce. This is a really different angle. I'm not used to seeing this angle. As ethmar going to practice the skip that he died to a couple of times. And it looks like CoEmpathy is going to avoid kill planes. And assuming it has the height, should be able to hit the skip. Certainly not a final rush setup I'm used to seeing, but CoEmpathy doing a really good job. You know, it's one of those things where you have to know what works for you, and CoEmpathy knows what works for her. Should have the height, should be able to hit the skip. Definitely plenty of height. And barring unforeseen circumstances, CoEmpathy should be moving on to the final boss of this run. One boss separates CoEmpathy for finishing off this race. ethmar getting sub 38 with a very nice 37.52. Hoping to continue to improve. Actually, Koa gets first door skip. That was pretty cheeky if you happen to catch it on the screen. Now CoEmpathy gonna take on SA2, gets the first hit, gets the second hit, can't hit him too early or too late, gets the third hit. Gets the fourth hit, and time. 41-19. GG's to CoEmpathy for sticking with it, finishing that run. And now, ethmar up 1-0 in this best of 3. Winner goes to top 8. Loser will be done with their tournament run. And now we will see what these two runners will do. We're going to go just to a very, very small break, and then we will be back for game number 2.
Hello everyone. I am now joining Seraphim for commentary.
What's up, Dave? How's it going?
I'm doing okay, Mr. Seraphim. How do you think the second match is going to play out?
You know, I'm not sure what to expect. I knew that obviously ethmar is the favorite going into this match. He just has posted some stronger times in the past, but CoEmpathy was ahead for a majority of the race. It really wasn't until Pyramid Cave where things really started to turn, and then Egg Golem kind of was with a nail in the coffin. So I think, well, I would imagine ethmar will probably end up winning the second race if CoEmpathy can get CE skip again, and maybe now that maybe some nerves are calmed down, kind of in the zone, kind of got the first race out of the way. You never know.
Yeah, I was surprised that ethmar was behind of CoEmpathy on Route 101 as I was watching. So, who knows? Anything could happen here.
I agree, and you know, really, what really helped ethmar was his desert section was almost perfect. I mean, he played really, really well. So we'll have to see game 2 between ethmar CoEmpathy. Winner moves on the top 8. I've got a signal the countdown has started, so expect this race to begin in just a short period of time. Now, ethmar switched to Japanese voices, so he may have an edge now. I'm not sure. And he's got that tail.
I don't know about that. If you're a true gamer, you gotta go with the American voices, you know. They're the only good voices. Ooh, and they're starting. Going into the capital city. City escape. Very wacky.
Yeah, this stage does funky things, that's for sure. Of course, the big thing on this stage, as we noted, or as I noted in the first race, was that CE skip is going to be a big factor. Saves 30 seconds if you can nail it, though it is very precise to hit. There's a lot of small things that can go wrong. If you mess up even one part of the skip, your chances of getting it diminish significantly.
Ooh, ethmar gonna have a bonk on the way down, but ethmar and CoEmpathy just trying to move smoothly as possible throughout the stage, just trying to gain some time on each other. Ooh, ethmar flies off that hill. It's going to be difficult for him to get C-skip, maybe.
He's going to go for it, and CoEmpathy doesn't get it, neither runner.
This is, what the heck is ethmar?
Is ethmar going for it again?
ethmar flies up to the sky before realizing it's his destiny.
Again.
Let's see if he gets it.
CoEmpathy got it.
Ooh, maybe he got it.
He wants to try.
Ooh, yeah.
Third try. Is he for it? ethmar's a madman.
ethmar, truly a baller. Many types.
This is insanely risky. It can take you forever to get this.
Ooh, ethmar still going.
CoEmpathy. Oh, CoEmpathy is going to gain a pretty decent lead now on ethmar, unless by some miracle he gets it right now.
Ooh, ethmar might get it now. Ooh, oops. And he's just gonna deal with it and go through the stage, wasting his time.
This is the problem with doing that. Now ethmar has wasted so much time. And now he's easily 30 seconds behind CoEmpathy. It's as if CoEmpathy did get the skip.
Yeah, but I think ethmar can pull back very easily. We all know he's very fast. And it'll probably take him a couple stages to gain his lead back. I wouldn't doubt it.
Oh, I have no doubt. I mean, ethmar was in this position before, and he also was able to come back. I guess, for me, this is a very risky situation. I suppose has a one-game advantage. Even if he drops one, he's got a third game, but... Boy, I feel like that is a really risky way to play.
CoEmpathy exiting with a 205 city escape. I think she flew off some hills in the truck section.
Yeah, there were a couple instances, but overall, a pretty good truck section.
ethmar going to be taking the truck section into his own hands, trying to style as he goes down the roads of the capital city.
And style he does.
Even with the 235, the skipless movement looked kinda cool. Very unfortunate, though, that ethmar decided to throw all his time away on one simple skip.
And it's a tough one. Like, that's the problem. I mean, if you don't get it, you look at how much time he lost. I mean, this could come back to bite him later on. CoEmpathy is going to have a really nice big foot, and we'll be moving on into Wild Canyon. CoEmpathy had some pretty good RNG early on. ethmar caught up because of Death Chamber and had a better meteor, but we'll see how the RNG plays out this time. CoEmpathy going to get a yellow piece. See how she handles this. Now, the nice thing with the yellow radar is it can only be two pieces if they're pretty close together, so CoEmpathy knew where to look and found that first piece pretty quickly.
Hey guys, hey cat.
Overall, CoEmpathy going to be getting some really nice RNG in this stage.
Yeah, 25 is definitely pretty solid.
Yeah, there was some potential for sub 20 with those pieces. Ooh, ethmar going to be getting a kinda okay piece.
There
I got
are
mixed up with that one awful piece, but you know, we'll forget about that. Ooh, that's bad. That's really bad.
I'm gonna guess since he didn't get any free pieces, he probably got something like Scary Eyes or the on top of the Scary Eyes of Wild Canyon or one of those pieces. We'll see what he gets.
Wild Canyon
track, yeah. I mean,
very unfortunate RNG
rough
for ethmar. RNG, unfortunately, not playing in his favor. Maybe he shouldn't have done that CE skip 4 times.
It seems like it's kind of a similar start, though. I mean, CoEmpathy essentially pulling a 30-second lead on City Escape, but now had about another 13 seconds, or more like 10 seconds, I should say, on Wild Canyon. As she's going to begin Prison Lane, of course, you want to watch your tails movement. Small mistakes can cost you time. Going to be doing jumps on sharp turns. It can conserve as much momentum as possible. You're really wanting to kill those enemies quickly in order to open these gates as fast as you can.
ethmar going to be hitting Eggman because Tails has the power of energy balls to kill Eggman. And then he's going to kill him again later on. But we'll get to that point.
Yeah, that's way later in the run. That's like 25, 30 minutes in. Or later, I should say. If I entered Eggman 2 with a 30 RTA, I would be pretty hype. I'd probably be on like 33 pace. Anyway, CoEmpathy could have a pretty decent Prison Lane section. We'll see if ethmar can catch up. The first time ethmar came to this stage in the game 1, he did catch up on a few seconds, so we'll see if he can repeat the same success this time around.
Let's see, what did ethmar pull out last time he was in this stage?
I think he ended up with like a 130, like 6 maybe, something around there. I can't remember. But it was pretty solid. I mean, definitely saved some time on CoEmpathy.
ethmar gonna be dancing instead of getting behind for some reason.
Whoa, ethmar is these strats are too much for me.
The swag strat decided to do a party at the disco before continuing the stage. What a nutty gamer he is.
Yeah, some crazy plays. CoEmpathy gonna get the second gate hop. A really good job by her. Looks like she's gonna end up with about a 146-ish, 45-ish. Yeah, 145 Prison Lane.
ethmar looking like he's gonna get a time about probably at least 5 seconds better.
Well,
but we'll have to see. Anything could happen at the end.
Yeah, on this kind of pace, I mean, ethmar could get like a 135, 136 is my guess. Probably a 136 at this point. We'll see how he does the second gate hop. Gonna do really well.
He
He's
makes
gonna finish up.
Really nice. CoEmpathy's gonna be entering Metal Harbor. Let's see if he does Underloop. Opting to go for an easier strat there. Still makes it out.
Yeah, and I mean, Underloop saves like maybe a second and a half over the normal way of doing it, so not a terrible time loss to take, I would say. Especially if you're uncomfortable doing the strat. And now ethmar going to be entering Metal Harbor 2. About 30 seconds separate these two runners. Let's see, I believe CoEmpathy will end up skipping, will not go for pulley.
Ooh, ethmar!
Yeah, that can happen.
This is... I guess he only attacked as he was going for Underloop, or maybe not.
I can't tell if he was trying to maybe like go for the...
Maybe he was trying to go for a faster, easy strat, potentially. Ooh, ethmar's jump input just gets dropped! And now he has to play the stage again! CoEmpathy is already taking the rocket. ethmar losing all of his time right now. This is when he needed CE skip most. Ooh!
ethmar is making more mistakes.
ethmar, the choke master!
ethmar, okay. This is essentially how the first race played out. CoEmpathy got an early lead in City Escape, got better Wild Canyon RNG. ethmar kind of caught up in Prison Lane a little bit, and then he had some big mistakes, but ethmar is he's making even more mistakes than he had in the first race, and now CoEmpathy is going to have over a minute, be a minute ahead of ethmar at this point.
CoEmpathy exiting out Metal Harbor with a 128. Pretty okay time.
128 Deathless, which I'm sure ethmar would love at this point.
Yeah, finally gets out of the rut that is the beginning of Metal Harbor. Let's see if he goes for pulley skip.
Yes, he is. He wants all that time saved.
Oh my.
He's going to make it. Saves a couple of seconds, and he's going to need all of it because he is well over a minute behind.
Honestly, I have to agree with Tylenol in the chat here. If ethmar just subbed to WQ, he would win this match right now. Calling it.
The kid's a 13:01 rocket jump. Very, very well done rocket.
Very respectable rocket time. Even though ethmar has died 4 times already.
Yeah, you know, it really... CoEmpathy is actually going to... Oh, was just on the side of Shadow enough. What much better. First time CoEmpathy did Shadow 1, ended up getting like a 22, so much better. ethmar is going to get a 122, but not without dying about 3 or 4 times. And he's going to have a lot of time to make up. We'll see.
I imagine ethmar can pull this back, though. Like, we already know that he was able to pull it back last race. But that was also because CoEmpathy had a little bit of troubles. I don't know if CoEmpathy is going to have that trouble again. You think it might be possible?
And now CoEmpathy going to be entering Green Forest. Just a small tip, it looked like CoEmpathy was using the control stick. On that first ramp, if you just hold the stick neutral and spin dash, you will go down it as optimally as you can. And now we'll
Let's
see how
CoEmpathy gets bean. Ooh, CoEmpathy getting a bean right there. Beans are very nasty in Green Forest. We almost forgot about it.
Ooh, ethmar! ethmar's actually going to die on Shadow.
ethmar just choking. He needs to go get better.
Okay, calm down.
Just kidding.
He'll be fine.
But
He'll be fine.
it's nuts. How can ethmar just... I don't know what's going to happen, dude. This race can go anywhere. But it's looking like CoEmpathy's favor right now.
Well, we have to be patient. I mean, ethmar came back from about this kind of deficit before, and we'll see. CoEmpathy had a really good first half in the first race, and then had some shaky mistakes in the second half. And ethmar really shined once he got to the desert stages. So we'll see. ethmar, I think you just got to keep a cool head. You know, mistakes happen. Things happen, and I think as long as ethmar just says, you know what, it's fine. I can't change what happened in the first 4 stages. I can change what happens now. Just goes in with a good mindset. But ethmar is going to be a full stage behind CoEmpathy at this point.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, even after all those chokes, and I mean, ethmar can still pull through. He doesn't really care about the mistakes he makes. He's just playing the game. And I think that will work out very well for ethmar in the long run. And I don't know if CoEmpathy has the same mindset that ethmar has. So, you know, like we both said, this can go anywhere.
I feel like as CoEmpathy made more mistakes, she definitely showed a little bit. They seemed to compile a little bit.
Yeah, and it kind of showed in her gameplay, from what I saw.
We'll see how CoEmpathy does. Gonna get scrambled for the emeralds, I think is what I saw, which is a great first piece. Gonna get a good first piece. ethmar is going to go for wall run. He's gonna get onto the loop. It looks like he is on. Let's see if he can pull us off. CoEmpathy gonna get a good second piece. And ethmar, that's unlucky. That's so unlucky.
Misses the wall run because
he does recover well. He was a little too far to the left.
The robots are hating ethmar right now, as we speak.
But hey, it could have been worse. He didn't fall down all the way. You know what? That's all right. A CoEmpathy, on the other hand, is going to get some pretty solid RNG. So ethmar could definitely get a stronger Pumpkin Hill, but we'll see. As ethmar is definitely going to have his work cut out from him. Going into Pumpkin Hill and beyond. And now we'll see. This is where the part where it was like, boy, CoEmpathy doing really well. See how she pulls off and then, or pulls this off. But then, you know, Mission Street caused a lot of mistakes. So we'll see. Can CoEmpathy shake off Game 1's mistakes and continue onward to victory? We'll see if ethmar, on the other hand, get some good RNG, get back on track, making some weird mistakes.
Get in the zone, get in the gaming area of time. You know, let's see.
And the thing is, even if ethmar were to end up losing this race, there's always a Game 3. And I think that should give some confidence. Because I think this is definitely a very strange race, and I'm sure ethmar thinks too. CoEmpathy's going to miss the weight jump.
Yeah, going to be losing a lot of time. If ethmar gets it, he could catch up very, very quick here.
So not getting the most ideal second piece. We'll see how his third piece is, though.
Ooh, Omakau telling him that there are 10 animals hidden in the stage. Very
Yeah,
nuts.
Almost Chow's obnoxious because if you talk to Omochow, you can't look at hints. And ethmar did kind of a weird
Ooh.
thing. He kind of, I wish he would have gotten a hit monitor a little bit closer. So gonna actually lose some time over CoEmpathy on Pumpkin Hill. But looks like CoEmpathy gonna probably end up getting first cycle based on what I've been seeing so far.
See,
Yes! Company!
CoEmpathy's looking like she's gonna take it as safe as she can, and she's looking like she's gonna get a first cycle.
First cycle. First cycle. Missed
Yeah.
the weight hop. That's about what you'd expect. So, you know, given where CoEmpathy's at, I don't have any idea if these racers know where each other are, but if CoEmpathy's in this position, I think you walk away saying, you know what? We didn't have any major mistakes, and that's all you can really ask for. ethmar, on the other hand, over a minute and a half behind, is going to have to do some crazy good play, have some RNG go his way, and probably hope CoEmpathy messes up a little bit in order to pull back in this race.
Everything, I think everything's just gonna come down to the desert levels at this point. Because, like, as you said, there was a lot of things happening for CoEmpathy that was not in her favor. And, yeah. And if ethmar is playing well in the desert levels, that's gonna be really good for him.
I mean, he got like a 142 hidden bait, really good death chamber, and he had a much better egg golem. So, and he didn't die in pyramid cave like CoEmpathy did. So I mean, if that pattern happens again, we could see ethmar catching up. But now we'll see. CoEmpathy is going to move into aquatic mine. ethmar is going to be well on his way to 0 cycle. If he keeps his movement well enough, he should be able to get it. And now we'll see. How will RNG treat CoEmpathy? Gonna get a gray radar, gonna check for the hit monitor.
ethmar looking like he's gonna miss 0 cycle. Is definitely going for half cycle.
But that's okay.
That sucks for him.
The thing, yeah, even though he got half cycle, that still saves about 6 seconds over CoEmpathy, so he's still gonna get some time save.
Yeah,
and CoEmpathy not gonna get the best of first pieces.
Potentially, ethmar might need all the time save he can get. You never know what's gonna happen. Even though he has been supposedly playing well in the desert stages, still could be one big, massive mistake that would put the nail on his coffin.
CoEmpathy gonna get a pretty good second, third piece combo despite a really rough first piece.
Still gonna be exiting out with a 45 though. Very rough time to get in the aquatic mine.
One of the areas I think ethmar really has an advantage is his knuckles play. So if he can play well enough and get some pieces to fall his way, he may be able to bridge some of this time a little bit.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of time saved between ethmar and CoEmpathy right now as we speak.
Route 101, a stage where if you get 20 rings or 20 points, you get a boost, and we're going to drift, so we remove a deceleration cap. I explained that a little bit in the first race. If you want more analysis, you can ask me in the chat. Otherwise, we're going to let CoEmpathy do her thing as ethmar. I think he got wooden roof.
Yeah, I think he got. Yeah, I think he did.
Wait, he got two
free pieces. ethmar, literally the luckiest man alive right now. Let's see. What is his second piece? What is his second?
He might not
piece?
even have to go.
Oh my God!
Water to level height. All he has to do is hit the switch.
Literally the most luckiest person alive right now.
And he needed it.
This is what he needed. This is what he needed.
Going to get a 22.
Holy dang
aquatic mine. This is what ethmar needed. This where the turning point begins. That's got to feel good for ethmar. CoEmpathy doing okay. Looked like maybe lost a few seconds here and there on this first lap. So if ethmar can have that same second half he did last run, he might just pull this one back.
Yeah, I honestly don't know how ethmar's RNG is going to play out for the rest of this run. Considering that aquatic mine, though, it's safe to say he might get some pretty good RNG in Death Chamber. Maybe not in Meteor Herd, but I believe Death Chamber will be good for him.
Well, you know, that really helped balance things out because ethmar's Wild Canyon and Pumpkin Hill were not as good as CoEmpathy, so that's going to be really, really helpful. Gonna save almost 20 seconds on CoEmpathy's Aquatic Mine.
Ooh,
Ethmar's gonna
Ethmar doing
backwards
the
drive.
BM right now. Ethmar trying to be a cool, swaggin' senior right now. None of you guys get that, but I do.
Well, I'm glad you do. Now, CoEmpathy gonna be finishing up pretty soon here. I think Ethmar's going for Geek's ring route.
He is.
Doing a pretty good
Ethmar
job.
clearly inspired by the one and only ID Geek. If you are a loyal subscriber to ID Geek, please show you off your emotes.
If you guys don't know who Geek is another racer in this tournament. And he also is a really, really good runner as well. He also is one of the top, he's definitely the best Route 101 player I've ever seen. He's done a lot for this stage recently. He even got the IL world record in the group stage against me, so if you didn't see that race, he got like a 2:12 in Route 101 in our race. That was crazy. So Ethmar going to be finishing up Route 101 on his own on a really strong pace. Let's see, full CoEmpathy, how will she do on this hidden base? Last time, did all right on hidden base. We'll see how it goes this time. That's the same storyline.
Does CoEmpathy go for CGSS or GCSS? Oh,
No,
he's
just,
going for
axle
axle jump. Everyone seems to go for axle jump now these days. But I think Ethmar goes for GCSS, which
Yes.
is the fastest way to skip this section in hidden base. Or save some time, really. Skipping, I guess you could say the same thing.
Ethmar going to finish up with a really strong Route 101. CoEmpathy is going to have a pretty decent start. Had a couple shaky parts at the beginning, but seems to be stabilizing as of now. And has the height. Good job. Good pause jump by CoEmpathy.
CoEmpathy's going to be hitting the checkpoint with a 57. Pretty okay for her.
Yeah, I think based on CoEmpathy's PB, that's probably pretty reasonable. You know, and I was saying earlier in the first race how much CoEmpathy's improved throughout this tournament. I mean, I think a lot of people are like, oh, I don't really know who CoEmpathy is, but going through group stages, you know, she played really, really well, and of course is in the top 16 right now, so having a really good tournament performance. Ethmar gonna go for GC.
Ooh,
SS misses
he's
it.
gonna miss it, so he's gonna just go for GCS. Let's see if he gets Wanama corner. Ethmar going for Wanama corner right now.
He gets it.
Very nuts gaming strat. Even though it's slower, he's still gonna do it anyway.
Doing it for his best buddy Wanamaker, as CoEmpathy is going to be finishing the stage off with, I believe that's going to be a 1:53. So Ethmar about 1 minute and 10 seconds behind. Has quite a ways to catch up, but given on how he's played on the desert stages and the space stages, I think it's very possible. Gets a 54 check, pretty good considering the missed GCSS. Pierre McCabe, CoEmpathy. Let's see how she does. Having some pretty decent movement in the hallway. Ethmar's going to continue going through hidden base. And now, CoEmpathy gonna be approaching the bounce bracelet, which is really gonna break this game, especially the Sonic stages. As Ethmar gonna finish up with a pretty legitimately good time. Looks like a 1:46, and a very well done hidden base. CoEmpathy gonna miss first door.
He's gonna be having some difficulty getting up the door, but second try works out well for him. Ethmar gonna be exiting out with a 1:46, gaining some time over CoEmpathy. I think this is where Ethmar can save the most time, considering CoEmpathy had a 2-minute Pyramid Cave last run. Ooh, and she's having some trouble with second doorstep already.
The CoEmpathy 3 times the first time. Having some issues hitting the hourglass.
Ooh, he gets hugged by the ghost. What a silly ghost, dude.
Yeah, those ghosts are not good for speed runs. So CoEmpathy having a little bit of a rough start. Let's see if Ethmar can take advantage of the opportunity.
Ooh, ethmar gonna be having to go for a mock bounce, and he misses the first one.
Oh, almost falls off. He has to be really careful. It's going to recover a little bit, so gonna not be saving as much time as he'd want to. As CoEmpathy successfully gets Snake Skip, is on her way to finishing this stage. So ethmar lost about 6 seconds at the start.
Let's see if ethmar opting to go for first door skip, and he misses it, trying to grab the object instead, waste his time. Ethmar's
not having a good
things
pyramid
right
game.
now.
He made some mistakes. I think it looked like he wanted that. He did get it in practice. I saw it. CoEmpathy is going to end up with a 208, so ethmar could still save some time, but ethmar is not having as nearly a good a pyramid cave as he did the first time around. But could still probably save about 20 seconds or so on CoEmpathy if he executes right. He's going to have to really play well. Missed that bounce. CoEmpathy going to enter Death Chamber. Death Chamber wasn't the kindest. It was all right. Wasn't the kindest.
It
So
may
we'll
be
see
time
how
for
it is this
ethmar, but let's see if CoEmpathy.
Ooh, bad first piece.
Rough piece.
The same bad piece.
The same piece again. Very unlucky.
Stink Bug is also no good. CoEmpathy getting
opting
some
to go for the
bad
upgrade.
RNG, and if ethmar completes this, gonna save about 12 seconds or so. ethmar can catch up. CoEmpathy doesn't have her first piece yet, and ethmar is only about 10 seconds before entering the stage.
No problem.
This is what happened last time. ethmar gained the lead back in Death Chamber. We will see. CoEmpathy gonna grab her first piece, do a death strat, see if she can get lucky on the red room. Second piece is gonna actually get it. That's a 10% chance. Gonna get Beauty and the Beast, and it's not gonna
hide
be
behind this box to grab this one piece, and then she'll grab another hint and see if she has to go out of
what's ethmar
bounds.
doing.
Ooh.
Okay, ethmar went for a strat. Okay, well, ethmar's gonna get
already getting a pretty decent first piece.
Yes. CoEmpathy is going to finish up Death Chamber with a 54 with a few resets, so not ideal. If ethmar can get some lucky death strats, he will be able to save a little bit of time. But this is unlike last race. Last race, ethmar caught up at this point. This time he is behind. Can CoEmpathy maintain the lead? Had a shaky egg golem. See if King Boom Boo will be nice. ethmar is going to have some pretty lovely luck getting death strat
RNG.
Let's see what its third piece is. Will it be kind? Not that great, but that piece he'll probably
might
not
be
save
better.
that much time.
It was a better piece layout than what CoEmpathy got, I believe.
Yeah, with the resets too. So good job by ethmar, good execution. CoEmpathy is going to hit the ghost, or the hourglass with the
CoEmpathy
ghost.
already whacking the ghost. Let's see if she gets first cycle. She could choke this. We don't know.
It's unlikely, but anything can happen in these races. One wrong move, some too many nerves, but it is going to end up hitting it.
Him down. ethmar gonna be encountering this silly red-green tongued ghost. Let's see. Could ethmar be going for fireball skip?
He did last time.
Ultimate swag strat? Let's see.
Gonna go for
ethmar
it.
opting to go. Ooh, gonna be going for the bait strat. Saving some time regardless.
CoEmpathy is still having issues with super bounces.
CoEmpathy oddly not going for the back when it was out in the open.
Opting to do super bounces. Gonna get kind of 1.5. Gonna go for 2. Gonna get on it. Probably not exactly what she wanted, but needs one more before. And actually, he's gonna do much better this time around. Ooh, he's gonna fall off.
Ooh, fall back. ethmar could bring this back with perfect super bounces. This could be anyone's
got to
game
be
right
careful.
now.
This was the boss that really let ethmar take a significant lead. He's gonna get that third bounce, and we'll probably be able to hit the back quickly. If she's
ethmar
actually
gets the first one. Ooh, misses the second one. Will he get the third one? Ugh.
no, he won't. CoEmpathy is still having issues. This one's not over. They're on the same boss. CoEmpathy losing a lot of time on
ethmar,
Egg Golem.
the hook not working for him like it should.
gonna get second. Can he avoid the ballerina? Gonna get his third bounce. Not gonna ballerina, looks like. God, went for a
opting to
great
save some
bounce. Not
Misses
gonna
it though. This is very rough for ethmar. This is where he could have saved time, but it didn't work out for him nearly as well as he hoped.
However, he is gonna
This
save some
could-
time.
Yeah, definitely. They're much closer together now, but if CoEmpathy gets second cycle and ethmar gets first cycle, that will help tremendously for ethmar.
To be fair, what was almost a minute and a half time lead for CoEmpathy has now been cut down to about 25 seconds. Anything can happen. Can ethmar come back?
Who knows? Anything can go wrong in this game. But CoEmpathy wasn't able to get CGSS first try. ethmar was. I think it's just going to depend on CGSS for both of these players. And Meteor Herd, of course.
Yeah, Meteor Herd RNG made a big difference too. And we'll see how this goes. Will CoEmpathy pull it off and force a game number 3, or will ethmar pull out yet another comeback to take this 2-0?
Comebacks are truly magical.
CoEmpathy on a pretty good pace. I believe that's going to be second cycle. Yeah, that's second
ethmar
cycle.
looking like he's gonna get second cycle as well. ethmar, I don't know. ethmar's looking like he's gonna.
Now he will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely second cycle. ethmar needed the time, but
just had a couple of rough movement mistakes there. Not the end of the world. Last time ethmar got to this point, he died on trying to go. He tried to shortchange the jump right here. Hopefully he'll be a little bit safer with that. Yes, he is. So actually, he's super safe. Gonna go for the clip out. Gonna get it, and we'll see. 25 seconds separate these two runners. If ethmar wins, he'll move on to top 8. If CoEmpathy wins, it'll force a game number 3.
CoEmpathy can take this home, take all the glory, or ethmar can snipe it all back down to reality.
Most people
reality
predicted
is
ethmar
not
would
always
win.
true.
The way that clip works is you can use the generator to push tails out of bounds. Some runners, you can use the door to help push tails out of bounds in that case. It's essentially the generator and the door help you push out of bounds. There is a way to do it without the door, though, as ethmar is going to complete Eternal Engine as well. And now we're on to Meteor Herd. This will probably change the dynamics of this race significantly. Let's see how the RNG is.
CoEmpathy could get really good RNG, or she could get really bad RNG. We don't know.
It's a matter
ethmar's been getting pretty decent RNG this race, especially that aquatic mine.
Yeah, it'll be a matter of the variance between these two runners. CoEmpathy got a pretty good first piece. We'll see how the second piece works. That's yeah, it's not
okay.
great.
Could lead to bad pieces.
If you get a bottom piece, though, you're gonna have really good RNG. But most likely, yeah, that's about what I expected. So not great. ethmar has a chance. I didn't quite see what piece.
ethmar gets a free piece.
ethmar gets a free piece.
Oh, ethmar gets the second hit for some reason.
Yeah, it was just a
Wacky
mistake.
moves.
Just a mistake, not a big deal. And he's gonna
get ethmar, the
CoEmpathy
luckiest
with
man on the
46.
planet.
But he got the Meteor Herd he need, Aquatic Mine, Meteor Herd, and in some respects, Death Chamber, giving him all he need to get a 31. A 30.
ethmar, the luckiest man in the world, needs to go to the lottery to spend his ticket and get $1 million.
Getting a 31. Pulls it within 15 seconds of CoEmpathy now. CGSS, final rush skip. Even Rouge and Eggman 2, anything could happen at this point. Will ethmar be able to pull it back, or can CoEmpathy hang on enough?
Maybe if he can get CGSS first try, this can be a very close race. Meteor Herd always proving that no race is bound to be over.
CoEmpathy having a little bit of issues, but is going to end up getting a 17. We'll see how ethmar does. Going to get a good second lock, and I imagine we'll get a 14 or 15.
14.79.
Really good play by ethmar, bringing it within 12 seconds. CoEmpathy gonna enter in. Less than 10 seconds separate these runners at this point.
And
We'll see
ethmar
if Ethmar's
looking like he's having smoother movement than CoEmpathy right now.
movement has been
ethmar's catching
smoother.
up on him.
CoEmpathy gonna get the first knock though. Is gonna need CGSS. I don't imagine ethmar would go for anything less than it. They're
I
within
imagine
3 seconds
ethmar
of each
could hit
other.
it first try. I don't know about CoEmpathy. If
CoEmpathy
he hits this first
getting
try,
out of bounds.
he gets out of bounds first try.
ethmar is not gonna get first out of bounds.
I'm really scared.
They
CoEmpathy.
CoEmpathy do it enough really high.
CoEmpathy looking
CoEmpathy's
way
really
too high. Oh,
Gets
CoEmpathy
makes
gets it! Oh my god! CoEmpathy bringing this race back to her. ethmar finally gets out of bounds. I think the second time. It all comes down to fast FR or FR skip.
ethmar's gonna get a second try. A good job by him. But now CoEmpathy is going to take back about a 12-second lead or so. Eggman 2 did not go well. CoEmpathy actually died on this boss first time around. So this is going to be a really significant boss fight. Will CoEmpathy's boss consistency hold up? Will ethmar do it? Gets the first hit. Gonna actually get punched by
Gets
Eggman.
bopped by
Having some
Eggman.
issues. Gets a punch actually.
Oh my god,
going
Eggman's
well.
bullying
This is not
CoEmpathy
going well.
right now.
If
Oh,
ethmar-
CoEmpathy could get hit one more time and it could be over.
Gotta watch. It's
Oh
actually
my
gonna
god,
die.
CoEmpathy
ethmar's in the lead.
Oh my god! ethmar could bring this back now. Oh my god!
ethmar gets a
ethmar
third hit.
gets the
Gonna get a
final
14.
shot on Eggman, brings it back. Oh my god!
It took him 15 stages and everything but the last boss and last stage to bring it back. But ethmar has reclaimed the lead.
This could be anyone's race. But considering ethmar's success with FR skip last time, I don't know. I don't know if CoEmpathy can bring this back.
What's concerning to me is ethmar is not likely to miss it. There's always the chance. There is always the chance.
Always the chance. Never. Ooh, ethmar.
Hey, that's his setup, though. That's his setup. ethmar is doing his deal. CoEmpathy is going to be about 12-15 seconds behind, it looks like. And not the most optimal final rush start for CoEmpathy. If ethmar doesn't die here, it's going to be tough. He's going to make it past the kill planes. And now ethmar, this race is his to lose now. CoEmpathy's going to go for final rush skip. A very different setup that I have not seen, but CoEmpathy does a few things without camera changes. And now we'll see. CoEmpathy needs to get behind the kill plane, or get beyond the kill planes if this is going to work. He is going to do so, but ethmar has
bound to
20
be ahead.
seconds.
Could ethmar hit the kill plane?
No, he's not. He won't.
Okay.
He's too far to the right now. He's too low.
It was scary. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
well,
looks
the last race he did, he was really far.
Yeah, he
from
had
that.
to zip to the right, or snap to the right, but he made it out. ethmar, gonna be heading the Shadow to CoEmpathy, just a little bit far behind him.
Gonna get final rush skip successfully, though. If ethmar somehow screws up Shadow 2,
This CoEmpathy could bring it back. If
comes down to the
CoEmpathy
race.
brings this back, that will be insane.
CoEmpathy was ahead for about 95% of this race. ethmar has a chance to bring it back all the way. Can he advance to top 8 with CoEmpathy force game 3? Has to hit Shadow. Gonna get the first hit. Gets hit number 2.
Second hit.
Misses the third hit.
Gonna be
going for
opting to do bounces.
He's gonna have
And
to get bounces.
ethmar
Base
will kill
time.
Shadow. 39
39
flat.
flat.
Actually, 39 flat. Holy dang.
And ethmar does
A
it.
close race from ethmar. ethmar takes it. Gonna be going to top 8. CoEmpathy doing her hits on Shadow right now.
Gonna be doing bounces after missing the first hit.
ソニック僕やったよ
Actually, the bounce strats kind of are.
Oh,
not working.
CoEmpathy almost dying on Shadow. She just needs this one last hit.
Oh, you're gonna get it.
Shadow pulling
You get
Chaos
a 39,
Spear.
a 39-36.
39-36 from CoEmpathy. Good races between these two. However, ethmar gonna be taking himself to top 8, where he will fight someone. I don't know who. What a crazy race between those two. What do you think, Seraphim?
That was amazing. I mean, that was a really weird race because remember ethmar lost 30 seconds continuously going for CE skip. And to me, if you don't do that, then this race gets a lot closer and goes into ethmar's favor a lot quicker. I mean, it took ethmar almost the entire run to catch back up. There were some mistakes on Metal Harbor. And honestly, if ethmar doesn't get the Meteor Herd and the Aquatic Mine that he did, this race could have gone a lot differently. But overall, a really good job. I'm going to see if we can get an interview with our winner here.
Our winner, yeah. Let's tag ethmar a bunch. Is CoEmpathy entering the interview as well?
I think we're just doing winners just to keep it short because I know they got a schedule. Oh yeah, I think I'm just getting some. Hang on, folks, we'll try to get you an interview. So we'll see if we can secure one with ethmar. He's in the channel. Hi, ethmar.
Yo, what's up, ethmar? What's up, gamer?
Congratulations on the win.
That race was something.
Yeah, ethmar, I have to ask a personal question. What do you think about the RNG in that second race?
Aquatic Mine was pretty lucky, I gotta say. Along with Meteor Herd.
It's pretty unusual to get that many free
those
pieces.
Two stages, you were probably unlikely to catch up.
Yeah,
potentially.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking in City Escape. I thought I could get a second or third try, but I just messed up the skip. That's okay.
Yeah, ethmar, that's why you don't triple, quadruple dip.
Well, that definitely was a very unorthodox strat, to say the least. I know Viblosh did that in an earlier race. Didn't go his way either. But, yeah, so ethmar, obviously, I'm sure the first couple of stages, the first race, CoEmpathy gets CE skip, you don't. It took you till Death Chamber to catch up. In this race, it took you to Eggman 2 to catch up. How did you just maintain the mindset to just keep going and not kind of lose hope and eventually come out on top on both those races?
I mean, my early game I struggled a lot with, but my mid game I think I have more confidence with. And I knew if I played those solidly, I had a chance to catch up.
Yeah, your hidden base, especially in game 1, I mean, that was really good. I think you got like a 142. That was one of the best hidden bases I've seen in a run.
Thank you.
So you played very, very well. Certainly, what will you do going forward? What kinds of things do you want to work on before your next race?
I definitely want to practice my early game, especially Metal Harbor. During practice, my Metal Harbor was fine, but I just died a lot during the races. I should be able to fix that, though.
You had a very, very rough Metal Harbor in that second race. You died like 4 times in the beginning, all in different spots. It was scary.
Yeah.
But you were able to bring it back.
Mission Street as well. I guess I need to practice a bit. Because that didn't go too well in both races.
Yeah, I thought your second one, if I remember right here, did you die?
The first one, I died twice. One going for 0 cycle, I think, and the other after the last checkpoint.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Second race, you didn't die, correct?
No, I didn't. I got
Yeah, you got half
cycles.
cycle. Yeah, which was still fine.
Mm-hmm.
But Days, do you have any questions for Ethmar? Any other ones?
Ethmar. Do you have anything else? I'll have to think of
I
some.
do. What I was curious about. Now, obviously, you're not going to know who your next opponent is until after Daisuke and Zelnu duke it out in their race, and they take on Tommy. Though I would imagine that whichever one ends up winning, that Tommy will be the favorite in that matchup. So, assuming you face Tommy in your top 8 match, how do you feel about that matchup? What do you think you can do to beat Tommy, or what do you think about that matchup in general?
I feel like it's definitely going to be a close race between me and Tommy. If I can not make as many mistakes in the early game as I did, we should be a lot closer.
Very fair. Yeah, I could easily see that kind of a matchup being a 2-1, kind of coming down to the wire. Because you're both pretty talented runners, and you're both really, high up on the leaderboards. I know you have a better PB, but I think, as you said, your early game definitely had a little some shakiness. So I do think if you can brush that up, you definitely have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
But you are going against the best Knuckles player in the world. That's going to be pretty tough.
Yep. I mean, let's say my RNG carries me again. So I might need that against Tommy.
We all do. Well, unless Daesh has any more questions, I think we'll just let Ethmar have the last word before we take off.
Ethmar.
Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. This was a fun race. Should be able to improve next race though.
Ethmar, I have one last question. Alright?
Yep.
When will you become an alpha gamer?
I'm already an alpha gamer.
No, you aren't. You haven't subbed the WQ.
Oh my gosh. Dude, it was kind of funny because Tylenol was like, I think
Yeah.
Ethmar would catch up if he subscribed, but anyway.
Yeah, but I did catch up without the
Well,
subscription.
you need to subscribe in order to beat Tommy
Well,
and
okay,
win
this-
the tournament. Do you think you're gonna win the tournament, Ethmar?
Yes.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, that's it.
Alright, thanks for the interview.
Yeah, thanks for interviewing with us, and congratulations again on your win.
Yeah, congratulations, Ethmar.
Alright, see you guys.
See
Good
ya.
games to all the racers. Good games to all the people and stuff. Thanks to Seraphim for being my co-commentator.
A lot of fun. And we'll see you guys again for more Sonic Adventure 2 Hero Story races for this tournament.
Eventually.